a billion.
Two were
Well,
waiting.
Huh?
Two were waiting. I was actually impressed that two people would wait to listen to us.
What if it was me and you? Like it counted us as viewers. We always have two viewers. It's so weird.
Always just two people watching.
Sometimes three, but they leave in like 5 seconds.
What did you get as Baba's intrinsic value? Because I'm looking at like 398.
I did it a month or so ago. I got like 330 or something like that.
Yeah, trading at a PE ratio for a 20% discount, I have it between 149 and 213. But as soon as I drop that to a 15% discount rate, I have 229 to 326, depending on what growth you assume. That's the difference. One of them is 15, one of them is 25.
Yeah, I mean the stock is a freaking banger. We just have to get over the whole China fear fiasco garbage. I mean that's like probably the greatest deal I've ever freaking seen in a stock. I mean, granted, I haven't bought that many individual stocks, but
I think it's going to get better. It doesn't. People don't understand. I think it could go to $100 a share.
You think it can go that low?
Dude, think about how irrational the market can become bullish. Tesla. It can become irrational pessimist.
So I should sell Baba and buy Tesla. Because Tesla,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get rid of
down.
Yeah, get rid of the cash machine for the company that's only been generating cash for a year. And most of that is carbon credits.
Jay, they're making a robot. Don't you see the future? Didn't you see the robot dance?
I'll tell you what I think of that robot. I got something for it. Also in the form of an AR-15. But yeah, dude, I was like, you know what, man, I just got to put my money where my mouth is and actually do a discounted cash flow on Baba, because everything else is, all of the Chinese companies are selling at a discount. I'm not buying anything else, but somebody said when I said to buy it before, they're like, "You still buying?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, there's this troll that posts on my on one of my comments or on my videos. He's like, "How's your Baba investment doing?" I'm like, "It's fine. I'm buying more." The stock price went down. These guys just don't understand, man. They just don't get it.
No, dude, there's a lot of people like the hate that I get for crapping on Planet 13. This guy goes, "Well, I'm going to come back here and talk to you when it hits $9. I go, "Please do." Then when you come back, have a basic understanding of free cash flow and share dilution.
Well, yeah, I mean, they just don't understand what an investment is. They look at the stocks that have gone up recently or that are hyped, and that's what they buy. It's as simple as that. Their thought process is not complex.
John's mad at me.
Why?
Because of that video.
Which one?
The one where he's trying to convince me to buy crypto, and I'm just it's not an investment. Well, it's a store of value. No, gold's a store of value because I can sell it. Well, it's a currency. No, it's not a currency because it's not inflationary.
Is he like mad at you, or is he just kind of like
he's kind of frustrated because he told me he bought more Mara stock, and I'm like, John, how many times do I have to tell you about share dilution and increasingly negative cash flows?
Well, has Mara exploded recently? Because usually it kind of follows crypto. At least I would imagine it would. I mean, I don't know if it's gone up recently.
I read the 10K and laughed about it, and then didn't think about it.
Oh yeah, I mean fundamentally, yeah, it's not worth your time. But tracking crypto,
I thought about
it's up 10% the last trading day.
Dude, it's up like something like 12,000% or 4,000% over the past year. Like if someone goes up 4,000% in 1 year, you should be extremely suspicious on just that. Like there is so much irrationality baked into that number. Like it didn't increase its revenues 4,000%, but I actually thought about sitting down and being like trying to actually value Mara's stock by seeing if I could figure out all the assets it owns and then totaling it up, which I guarantee does not justify the stock price. I don't know what
honestly, I just find it so difficult to value stocks that are so speculative. I mean, because you can pick any number and use any kind of profitability metrics to like project financial statements. You can do anything, to justify anything, which is why I think it's stupid to even waste your time buying stocks like that.
Oh, dude, 100%. But the only way that I can think of that you can actually value the stock is to do what Michael Burry did on GameStop. And that's total up all its assets and seeing if it's selling above or below its assets. But even then, you have to guess at the goodwill, which I don't know why companies bake that in. To me, that's just BS. Like, oh, it's our goodwill. How is that worth anything? It's not. It's just your subjective opinion on what you think goodwill is worth. I can't
for accounting, it's like if you buy a company, you have to like balance the entry. So if you buy a company for more than it's worth, you have to plug in goodwill to make the entry balance. Otherwise, it won't. So like at least from an accounting sense, that's why there's goodwill. But you can't create your own goodwill. You create goodwill when you buy another company. That's the only time that goodwill pops up on your balance sheet. But yeah, it's stupid. But like the thing is, you actually, according to accounting rules, I think you have to test it to make sure it makes sense every year. And if it doesn't make sense, then you reduce goodwill on your balance sheet. So yeah, it's all ephemeral and pulling it out of your butt. But that's how they figure out goodwill, is just how much more they bought a company for than what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm kind of. But you're right. You're right. Like, why would this is what I don't understand about somebody. I'm like, Eric started using my metric of a 15% or greater return because I said, what's even the point of like
10%?
Yeah, okay.
Match the market and take
I want to get 10% return on my money, so I'm going to put in a lot of work when I could have just bought the world and went to the beach and got a tan, and we got equal results. So it's like, that's why I said, I'm like, you're going to have to give me an outsized return to even take risk, because I was explaining to somebody the risk-free rate of return and why in finance I actually don't agree that the risk-free rate of return is T-bills, because I think the world economy is actually more durable than the United States of America. Like the odds of the United States imploding, I think, are very low. But the odds of the entire world economy imploding are even lower. So it's like, to me, the risk-free rate of return is whatever the world market is delivering me.
I mean, but the world market almost imploded in 2008. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think the world's going to go extinct or all stocks are going to go to zero, but I think part of it's also volatility. Like T-bills, they're not volatile at all. I mean, they might go down 0.5%, worst case in a day if there's, some kind of spike in interest rates, but that's it.
I agree with you, but my point is, I'm looking 30 years down the line, and my thing is, I can only go on history, and that looks like a 9 or 10% return over the next 30 years, when we're going to get a negative return for the next 10.
Yeah, even Everything Money, they put out a video. It was either today or yesterday. They're talking about what they expect for the next 10 years and what's going to happen.
Dude,
it's pretty exciting to me, man.
Yeah, I was pretty excited when I saw the S&P trading at, what did he put it at? 29?
39 or 29, yeah.
It 10 years from now.
And yet people still dump on VT. I just don't understand.
Well, I mean, it's as simple as this. I'm going to do Microsoft. Microsoft is an absolute cash machine. I would love to put Microsoft in my portfolio if I could pick it up for a good price where I expected 15 to 20% return on it. Problem is, Microsoft is a 35 price to earnings ratio, which for a blue chip company, even though they're a cash machine, you are way overpaying.
Yeah, what I don't get right now is Walmart's PE. Oh my God. Well, on Robinhood, it's showing 42.
I
I
got
don't know if
35
people are
on
like
Yahoo, 32 on Yahoo.
oh yeah, okay. Robinhood's trash, but like Walmart is a great company, and I do like it. And I bought it before, but then I dumped it to buy Alibaba. But I don't see how you can have such a high PE for a staple like Walmart, unless people think the grocery delivery thing, the online buying, is going to explode their revenues. That's the only justification I could see for Walmart having such a high PE ratio, or we're just in an overvalued market. That too.
We're just in an overvalued market, dude. I mean, you look at it, it's like it just everything is overvalued. I don't get how much longer. Well, I do get it, but like I said, I think what's going to happen is we're going to trade sideways for a while. So you just use Tesla for example. It's going to range between $600 and $750 for a year, and then all the people that bought in it, they're going to suddenly realize that they paid way too much money. It's not going to go anywhere. Its market cap is not justified, even remotely. And it's going to crash in like an epic way. And I really do see a world where Tesla stock crashes to $10. Because if you think about it,
$10.
Hold on. Listen to my justification for this. Tesla was trading at $39 like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, somewhere in the not too distant past. Okay. $50 is what it would be trading at post stock split. So I don't think it's in any way unreasonable that it returns to that. Like I said, because people also get overly pessimistic. And when that happens, I'm going to buy 1 share of Tesla and keep it in my portfolio forever, just as a reminder. And I'm going to laugh every time I look at it.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. I mean, I don't know. I think there's just too many fanatics, man. I mean, theoretically, yeah, because the company really isn't worth nearly what it is trading for. And if there is an irrational, sell off, okay, maybe. But in my honest opinion, there's just too many fanboys. There's too many fanatics that they'll just buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip.
Yeah, but these are the same people that tell you you're a moron if you don't buy Tattooed Chef.
Well, yeah, but Tattooed Chef doesn't have a fanatical following like Tesla does. Tattooed Chef is just a stupid, garbage, tasteless, soy boy food company, whereas Tesla's changing the world. That's why they're so fanatical about Tesla. Two entirely different things.
Yeah, dude. No, I don't know, man. I'm just ready for the whole SPAC thing to implode.
What we need to talk about is Jeremy, like recently, all his videos that he's been making. Have you noticed that he makes a video every day about Tattooed Chef almost? If it goes down, he has like a shock face. And then if it goes up, he has I'm rich now. But it seems like he's making a video every day.
I think he figured out that he can move the stock price.
What is the market? 1.38 billion. It's possible. I mean, I don't know. That seems like
you got to understand that market cap is just massively outside of anything disconnected from reality. It just doesn't even have positive cash flows. To me, the stock has an intrinsic value of 0. And I bet if I go on Guru Focus, they'll tell me that Tattooed Chef has an intrinsic value of 0.
Yeah, I think Jeremy's starting to be proven to be a moron. Like, he's just a guy that takes these massive gambles. And I think in the past, he got lucky with Tesla. And I don't even think he took a big gamble on Tesla. I think he only put like $30K into the stock, which is funny because if he knew all along that Tesla was going to be amazing, wouldn't he have put more than $30K into it? But I think he just got lucky with that one. And now he's so overconfident that he's taking these massive concentrated bets in a bunch of unprofitable or barely profitable companies. It's freaking crazy. The guy's just like, I think he's leading people down a really bad path.
Dude, you would think with some of these YouTubers, these large ones, that they would be sitting around reading books. By the way, I have to compliment you on your book.
Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Was it the best book you ever read?
Dude, it is. I mean, honestly, dude, it is. I'm not going to blow you for no reason. It is. If I
You're
was
not?
going to, no, if I was going to give like a kid, like a 10-year-old, 2 books on investing, I would give him The Magic Formula in your book. Because it's written so easy. It's so easy to read. It's written at what, like a 6th grade level, which is a good thing. So you can just fly right through it. And you basically tell people why you should invest in index funds.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm talking to you on a YouTube video, which I might actually do. Now I just thought of this. I might do like a live stream and just read a chapter out of my book.
You should. It's a good book. I finished that. There's a few parts at the end that I skipped, and then I moved on to this.
University of Berkshire Hathaway.
It's a collection of their notes from like 1982 on of their the Berkshire annual meeting. So it gives you like brief synopsis of what was said and where the market was in each of the years since 1982. And it's fascinating. They show you at the beginning how much Berkshire's compounded since the 1960s versus the S&P.
Yeah, I guess all their gains though were like pre-2000 maybe, because like now they've underperformed the S&P 500.
It's because they're so large. At a certain point, it just becomes like if a company became the same size as the American economy, it would grow at 1 to 3% a year. Because it just can't grow anymore. Warren Buffett is on record as saying he thinks that he could get 50% returns if he started now with like $1 million. But he just can't do it. You have to put so much money in to move the needle.
I wonder what stocks he would buy. Do you think he would buy Tesla?
Dude, I think Warren Buffett would probably have a portfolio consisting of like 5 to 7 following Jeremy's advice. Probably Tattooed Chef, Mara, Voyager, and Tesla would be rounding out the top. Then he'd probably lever up on some ARK funds.
It's almost like a joke now. Like everybody, all these clowns have the exact same portfolio. It's incredible. But these people, they think they're so smart. They're all their fans. It's like, no, they just copy the other YouTubers, you know?
I actually watched a guy I have hope for. I was going to tell you we should try and get this guy on. Gen Z investing. I think he's Asian. I think he's over in like Japan or something. But he did, I don't know, it was just one video I watched. He talked about Baba, and then he actually did a discounted cash flow on it. It's actually a really good video. But I don't know if he does hype videos. It's just the one I came across.
Is it Gen Z Investor?
Yeah, it could be Gen Z Investor. But he actually did a discounted cash flow, which impressed me.
Yeah, he said Kramer's sector to buy now. It looks like he's kind of all over the place.
And is he hyping? I didn't do any research. I just watched that one video.
Yeah, it seems like he talks about Kramer a lot. He mentions ARK a couple times. Yeah, I would have to watch his videos to really get like a really good feel for him, but I'm getting hype vibes, at least from the thumbnail.
All right, I'll look more because I just looked at that one video and then I had shit to do, like go read a book in the sun. Still get that vitamin D's nuts.
I got to go sit in a urgent care for 5 hours. There wasn't even any water. I was dying.
Bro, I'm trying to get back into shape, and because I took a year off to recover from injuries. Holy shit, am I out of shape?
What did you try to do?
So I did 1.2 miles on the exercise bike, 10 minutes on the elliptical, and then I did some basic exercises. I figured out how I can bench again without hurting myself. I did 100 push-ups, and then I was laying on the floor doing bench press because my shoulders fucked up. 95 pounds, 20 reps, I'm struggling. That's how badly out of shape I've gotten. I hate myself.
Oh, it is crazy. If you don't lift for a while, like it's shocking how weak you can become. I mean, I remember I used to be a lifter in high school, and then I stopped. And when I got it back into it, I was like, holy crap, I am a weak freaking loser.
Yeah, I know I've gotten out of shape before. It'll work itself out.
I believe in you. I think you're going to be, doing comedy shirtless because you're going to be so hot and shredded before you know it.
Well, dude, my goal is to be up to like 10 miles a day on the exercise bike.
Oh, I was about to say running. Holy crap!
No, I don't. Because of the plantar fasciitis I have, I can't stand running. I do it for only short bursts. I'll go like 0.2 of a mile sprinting on the treadmill. But other than that, man, I just can't do it anymore. I used to run like 3 miles 3 days a week.
Yeah, actually, I love running because it's just like it's not super intense, and you feel like you actually had a workout because you sweat, or at least I sweat like crazy. Running's my favorite activity, but I have to lift too. Otherwise, I just get like kind of fat.
Yeah, you were telling me that. You know what I do wish I could do more of is just working out in the pool like Laird Hamilton does.
Why don't you just swim, dude? You know how to swim?
Yeah, but my gym doesn't have a pool, and I don't have a pool.
Oh, you need to sign up for the YMCA, bro.
Maybe.
Yeah, I had to take the plunge because the YMCA here has a daycare. So, and of course, my gym at work is closed. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to have to pay $81 a month so I can actually go lift weights. Because I went a year without lifting and it drove me freaking nuts.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing. Like, the one thing I've noticed, man, is if you're a person that likes to work out, you have some level of sadomasochism in you. And if you're not suffering from working out, you're just not as happy a person. Like, I don't know how you can be a 300-pound, my 600-pound life fat ass chugging soda on the couch, farting into the covers, and just be satisfied with your life doing that. I'm like, I want to walk up to those people. I'm like, don't you like some level of pain? What's wrong with you?
Obviously not. You want to get into some comments?
Yeah.
Screw college. Hi. What's up, bro? Strongman personal. Who's this? Yo, this isn't going to start till 6 or 7. I'm sorry, everybody. I had to keep shifting the time because I had to bring my child to urgent care. He had a fever. And we just sat there for 5 hours. Hey, Strongman. It's a grind, but I love the grind. You want to grind with me, Turner? Good evening. Hello. Turner. Strongman. Hello. Strongman, nice shirt. What do you think about my shirt, Jay? What is your honest opinion?
I like it. Cash money.
I know. I even have money night pants too, but I don't know if they're like dirty or something. I have the full set of money pants.
If you keep investing like Meet Kevin, you'll have a lot of that in retirement.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to wealth is just follow what Meet Kevin does. His stocks are doing really good right now, by the way.
Well, I mean, Tesla is going to trade at a PE ratio of 70 in 2031 when it's a $5 trillion company.
I mean, if they actually made robots, which I guess we can talk about that in a little bit. If they actually made robots and they had all this other, if they actually did what they promised, I can totally see how it could be a massive company. But they're not.
I'm not going to pay $360 for $1 of their earnings. Their PE ratio.
Oh, I know. But the thing is, it's not going to happen. We could, like, after the comments, we should talk about like Elon Musk and Tesla because I just want to take a dump all over him.
Yeah, because you want to dump on the robot. I want to dump on the Cybertruck camper.
Oh, yeah. We'll do some Elon and Tesla hating in a couple minutes. Baba's a great deal, just like Baidu and Tencent. Woo! I got them all.
And much like Mo on Everything Money said, that's what kind of reassures me is because it's not just Baba dropping. And he brought up a legitimate point. They're like, so the CCP cracks down on them. You don't think they're going to figure out a way around it?
Yeah, there's no freaking way they're going to kill those companies. I mean, madness. But whatever, China, it's whatever. The more people freak out, the wealthier you get because you get to buy crap cheaper. I'll take a HELOC to buy Bob at 100. I mean, I can't recommend that, but I understand the sentiment. Okay.
I mean, if you want to go overweight, I'm overweight on them, like 3%.
I need to. I have the same problem you do. I keep buying it. I'm like, ugh, stop.
Yeah,
I have to hack my Roth.
Yeah. Well, dude, buy it and then wait. You got time next year, and if it takes off, it goes to like, let's just say it takes off. It goes to 220, 230. Sell it and buy it back that day and put it in your Roth. You know what I mean? Like, there you go. I mean, you might lose a little bit in the fluctuation, but I mean, you're still going to be up on the stock.
Yeah. I just don't want to get super concentrated. I think I'm going to have 50 shares, and I'll just stop right there. I have like 45 right now. I eventually have to stop. I have to buy more of my delicious VT, or I'll be.
I agree. I mean, no matter how much confidence I have in a stock, I don't want 20% of my portfolio in it. And it's like, if Baba shot up tomorrow and the price got super unreasonable, I would sell off a major portion of it to put it back at whatever percent. And that's probably what I'll end up doing.
Value, sell it. It's not worth holding on to it. Kind of like Tesla, if you guys are holding on to Tesla, but different story.
Oh.
Alibaba has been a dog in spite of earnings. A dog. What does it mean when it's a dog? That means it sucks.
It means it's just slow, dude. It's just not going anywhere.
You just have to be patient with it. I mean, it's not something that you can buy and then that's going to 10x in the next 5 days. But if you think 20 years from now, it's probably going to blow a lot of other investments out of the water, in my opinion. Lucid for the win. Lucid. What do you think about Lucid, Jay?
Are they even a SPAC? I think I looked at their 10K. I don't remember. I get drunk.
I think they were. I think wasn't it Churchill Capital that brought them in?
Yeah, merged or something. I don't know, man. The point of stupidity in this market is just gotten to the point where I tune it out. It's absurd now. Like, I just sit there every day going, okay, these guys are panicking because the S&P dropped 1%. I'm like, you guys are going to all crap your pants when it drops by 60%.
Yeah, dude, that was going to be my next video, was dumping on Meet Kevin, doing his little shock face videos because the market went down like 0.5%. It's like, dude, the market's up so much over the past year. Why are you freaking out about a 1% drop? It's just stupid.
They're the opposite of us. I'm like, I want it to crash. They're all going to freak out. And here's another thing that's going to happen. When the crash comes, it's going to be higher interest rates, and these companies that depended on the cheap debt are going to implode.
Unless they got long-term financing. So, I mean, if you're looking at a company, you want to make sure they've locked in those rates for a long time. Because if not, they're going to have to roll it over into higher interest rates. Nice name. Ethereum is the future. I disagree. Thanks, Turner. Anytime. All right, I'm going to skip some of these conversational ones. Let's see. Buy the Uber dip tomorrow. What do you think about that, Jay? Let me look. Is Uber even like...
Uber is not a stock that I would even want to own.
Yeah, dude, I did a video about that. I'm pretty sure they're like bleeding money every year.
Yeah. I have some companies on my shopping list, and it's Walmart at a PE ratio of 10. You think that it can't go there, but
I mean, anything's possible.
So, like, to me, if I can't pick a company, this has just become my philosophy. If I can't pick a company up for what I want to pick it up for, I don't care. I just throw it. Like, there's so many other investments that I know that I have that are sure hits, like the total world market.
You saying VT is a guaranteed 10x?
Over a certain period of time, it is.
Uber, yeah. I don't know why you guys like Uber. I don't get it. Okay, go look at the
I think
financials.
they're getting around, dude.
Some of them might. I need to be a moderator. What are you gonna moderate? You gonna slap me on the wrist if I say a cuss word, Turner?
Walmart 69 on board. Oh, since it is financial. Yeah, I haven't even looked at Costco. How many of these girls do you think are going to be back into the marketplace in the restaurant industry now that they can't show their hoo-hoo on OnlyFans?
I think they'll stay with it. They'll probably just, they probably just can't show everything that they were before.
Dude,
I mean, if you're making that much money from showing your body, I'm not going back.
Cash Me Outside girl made millions on there.
Yeah, I mean, she's not bad looking, but how old is she?
She's cute. Like, she's 18, but her attitude just makes her not attractive.
Oh, I would never date her ever.
No, dude, this would be either of our reaction at dinner with her, listening to her talk.
I'd probably cut my wrist with a butter knife just to make it slow and painful.
She's like got you by she's got you by the hand, even though she's just got tiny girl hands, and you're sawing your hand off at the wrist, like a wolf.
It's like just kill me, please. Hopefully there's a crash. I'll buy Microsoft, maybe Walmart. Maybe Walmart. You will buy Walmart, okay? Best company ever. I'm kind of a Walmart fanboy. It's kind of like, meet Kevin with Tesla. The world is based on the U.S. economy.
I agree. I'm just saying there's other places to put money too when the U.S. gets overvalued. The U.S. is 25% of the world's economic engine, I believe.
Yeah. The world, I mean, the U.S. is a big player, but that's going to become less and less over time. The U.S. is always going to be wealthy and growing, but other countries are going to grow faster than us and eventually pass us. Just be patient. Buy VT. I can't wait for Jeremy LaFufu's tattooed chef $5 per share. You can't wait for that. I can't wait to hear his excuses when Tattooed Chef implodes. When you read the 10K on Tattooed Chef, they're dependent on 3 vendors. One of them being Walmart. And if Walmart just says, yeah, your stuff isn't selling, dude, you're out of here. Nobody wants to eat this vegan trash. Guys, if you haven't tried the food, just trust me. It isn't that good, and it's almost nothing, and it's super freaking expensive. It is a total ripoff. So unless you're like some rich soy boy, like, you're super wealthy and you don't give a crap, okay, that's like the only person that would probably buy that food. Everybody else is going to try it once or twice and then stop.
I got a pack of chicken thighs for $7.99 at Walmart.
Yeah, you can eat for like 4 days off that.
Yeah, your bowl cost $5, and your wife said it was gross.
Yeah, I paid $10 for those because I got the mac and cheese cauliflower thing. I didn't make a video about it, but that thing was freaking garbage too. It was $5. It's such a ripoff. I'd rather buy Lucid versus Tesla if I was going to gamble.
I wouldn't.
I actually agree. If I was purely gambling, do you really think Tesla's going to go up by that much? Whereas Lucid might.
Yeah, you're right. If you're purely gambling, yeah, that's smart. I was just looking at it through the lens of Tesla actually produces cars and Lucid doesn't.
Yeah.
Tesla's maxed out. So I guess I do agree with that.
Tesla under 600? Tesla under 100, then I'll think about it.
I'm not thinking about it till it's at least 50.
Lucid in the teens. Well, so the price of the stock doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's price relative to earnings.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah, but that's I'm talking about this comment right here.
I wouldn't even consider Tesla till it has a 20 PE ratio, and I probably still wouldn't consider it unless it got down to a 10.
Yeah, I'm kind of biased against Tesla now because it's just pissed me off for so long. I'd probably have to wait till it's like a PE of 1.
You and me both, because this is what I have explained to people. Even though, like, I think with Baba where it's going to be, it's just I think. I'm actually gambling. Even though I'm buying Baba, I'm straight gambling.
I'll hazard to say I think Baba's a sure bet. I mean, I can't guarantee. I'm not a financial advisor.
Yeah, but poker is the same thing. When people are like, poker's gambling, I'm like, poker's actually a skill game with an element of luck. Investing is the same thing. It's a skill game with an element of luck, but you are still on some level gambling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like, you know, there could be delisting. You never know, but you know, if you do your due diligence, you'll feel a lot more comfortable if the stocks dip for a while. I am mad Jeremy likes Corsair is the one stock I actually like.
You shouldn't be. If you did your research and you think it's a good stock, I mean, look, Jeremy's a moron, obviously, but he could straight up just guess right on a stock. He could be like you could throw a dart at a wall and hit a good stock. So why? If you think it's a good company and he gets the word out about it, people are just going to buy it and invest in the company. And if they have positive cash flows, great. And they might get, who knows, they might be selling at a retarded PE ratio, something like 70, where you can just sell it and take profits and buy it back later.
Yeah, out of all the stocks I've looked at for Jeremy, I liked Corsair the best if I had to choose one. But the reason I wouldn't buy it right now is I think it's still too soon to see if their bump in revenue in 2020 was due to the virus or whether that's actually a sustainable increase. That was my main concern with Corsair.
Yeah, Corsair is not really on my radar at all. To be honest with you, I'm like, nah, I'll pass. I don't.
It's reasonably priced. It's got a consensus forward PE of 15, price to sales of 1.2. I mean, it's not the fundamentals aren't that bad. Cash flow, yeah, they have. It looks like increasing operating cash flow. I mean, yeah, it's not horrible.
I mean, shit. I look at it like this. If somebody told me I devote 2% of my portfolio to crypto, I would look at him and be like, yeah, you're gambling, but so what?
Yeah, I ethically, I can't invest in crypto anymore. After I've dumped on it so much, I can't do it.
I want to create my own crypto coin and only one of them in existence, and I won't sell it unless somebody's like mega rich and retarded and wants to buy it. Like Elon's like, I'll buy your one token for $1 million. Like, here you go, bro.
Hey guys, I'm Elon Musk. Hey guys.
Yeah, we do have to get to making fun of Tesla some more.
Okay, yeah, let's we'll do a couple more comments. What do you think about this comment?
I just vomited in my mouth.
All right. Adam, you were right about V&Q. What do you mean about V&Q? I reallocated. I mean, it's not a bad investment, but I just went super VT. Okay, if Baba goes 100, I will sell sperm for money. Could the stock market be affected by what's going on in Afghanistan? No. I mean, there might be some temporary stupid sell, but long-term, no.
Yeah, long term's not going to do anything. Afghanistan's going to turn into a humanitarian disaster very soon. Chris and I will talk about it at the end. I think he's got a very similar opinion that I do, and I'm not very happy.
Jay Naughty, I love that. And Chris giving pipe to an 18. Oh God, I never said that, Turner. I just said she's not bad looking, but I would not date her. Okay,
dude.
That's all I'm saying.
I've gotten to the point where I've met women online and started talking to them, and some of them are in their late 20s even, and they have nothing to say, and I'm like, I am out on this. I can't even stick around like when I was 18, hoping to get a bang out of it. I'm just like, unless I'm not going on a date with a woman unless I A, know her first, and B, she's a smart woman. I'm past all of that.
Dating is I'm glad. I'm never doing that again. If I ever get divorced again, hopefully I'll be rich and famous enough they just come to me because I don't want to date. I was looking at BTI. I was on Everything Money. And we're almost to the comments, everybody. If you're just posting now, we're not going to look at your comments. I know you dislike dividend stocks, but I've been on tobacco. All right, guys, listen. I want to be clear about this. I don't hate dividends like automatically. Like if a stock pays a dividend, I don't hate the stock. What I hate is if people just fixate on the dividend as compounded growth because that's not what's happening. Okay. So if you're a specific dividend investor, I disagree with you. But if a stock pays a dividend, but it's a good stock, okay, that's fine. I don't really care. That's the big difference there.
Yeah, I'm gonna back you on that. Like a dividend is just icing on the cake for me. Like in the case of Walmart or Microsoft or Intel. Even though I kind of turned around, I'm not interested in Intel, but I do think it's undervalued.
British tobacco. All right, last comment, then we'll get back to the other ones later. You were arguing with a Tesla fanboy. That's your first mistake. You can't argue with them. You can only make fun of them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's time to dump on the Cybertruck because I've been wanting to do it for a while.
Yep. All right. So now we're talking about Elon Musk, Tesla, and everything related to it.
If you would rather own the Cybertruck than the sexy Ford Lightning, leave this channel now. And commit seppuku. Because
buy my book first, then you can
buy his book first, then gouge your own eyes out, then kill yourself. Because that thing is so ugly and so unesthetically pleasing that, you know.
This is my grift, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Event Horizon?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
It is. But like every time I see the Cybertruck, it flashes me to the scene where they went through the wormhole and everybody just gouged out their eyes. I'm surprised that when that thing wasn't unveiled, people's eyes didn't start bleeding and they didn't start eating each other in the auditorium.
You got to understand Musk's fans. They don't care. He could do anything. He could literally have a car shaped like the poop emoji and they would go crazy.
Oh, I know that there is a Elon Musk fan out there right now that if Elon Musk took a dump in a box and he put it on eBay, it would sell for like $2,000. And there'd be some fanboy, probably Jeremy LaFave, going, I bought an Elon Musk petrified turd for $2,000.
Honestly, I would speculate with Elon's turd. Like, I would buy it just to try to sell it for a higher price later on. Because I bet you I could get somebody to buy it from me.
I bet you could. Look, dudes are creepy. I heard a story about this guy who got arrested. I think it was on Rogan's podcast, where he had gotten into a porta potty and he was waiting for women to poo on him. So, I mean, there's definitely some dude out there that's a fanboy that would buy an Elon Musk turd, and they probably get it bronzed or gold plated.
Imagine instead of having like a bear head over your mantle or like a moose head, you have like Elon's turd painted gold.
But you were right. I know what's happening. He's relying on hype to keep that stock, to keep the company from plummeting in value. So they release the little thing that's going to be a camper for the back of your Cybertruck that folds down. Okay, it's got a bathroom and a running faucet and a shower. Okay, so that means that you got to fill it up with water. Like, I don't, like, I'm going to go camping in an ugly-ass Cyber. Why?
Hold on, let's pull this up. We got to see this. We got to see this beautiful, delicious vehicle. Look at this.
No, that's not even it. There was one.
That's not it?
No, unless that's a new one that he's making. That's not the one I saw. I saw one with
crap. Yeah, this came out December 9th, 2019. There's got to be like an example of it.
It's right there.
This one?
Yeah, that one or the one below it.
It just looks like a portable grill.
Like no, that's not the one. Go back.
This?
Over to the right or what? That one.
What the hell? I just had it. Okay, here it is. All right, here we go. Oh, they have a freaking. Oh, here's a little video of it. Oh, wow,
dude. There is a
See how
fan.
close up?
There is a fanboy pleasuring himself to that right now.
Well, you can't see under my desk because you don't know what I'm doing. Look at this.
Yeah.
Is this real? Like, is this
Yes.
actually? Is this going to come with
on.
the Cybertruck, or is it going to be like an addition to it?
It's an addition that they're going to put on it. And I mean, that one dude that puts his arms out like this, that has like no muscle. I know that guy is going to be talking about how there's going to be droves of people who abandon their homes to live in their Cybertrucks in the mountains.
I mean, honestly, since if you have solar panels, you could just like go hide away and just live, in the woods in your Cybertruck, never come back. Let's see. We gotta see the robot now. If you haven't seen the robot, the Tesla robot.
So he's just building these things to trick these people into buying his shares. Do you know that I bet you those fanboys that Kay was arguing with, if you told them that Elon Musk did not found Tesla, they would argue with you that he did. Elon Musk did not found Tesla.
Yeah, didn't he buy it from like these engineers or something?
These engineers created it. He put money in there. Then he came in and they left because they couldn't work with him. And what they say is working with Elon is working with Elon.
So I hear he's a freaking dick, a total dick.
So, yeah, this robot. Okay,
I mean, that's not it. This is like a joke, but I mean, like I could totally see fanboys hoping this comes to fruition. This could be like their girlfriend or something, This is the actual robot.
Yeah, there is just people just don't have a fundamental understanding of where artificial intelligence is. Like they for some reason, and I haven't put it up yet, but there was just a thing about how the government's going to investigate the self-driving mode on the cars because they keep crashing into emergency vehicles. Because the cars are not actually intelligent. Elon Musk has said on record that it's basically a parlor trick.
Of course it is, and like when he was talking about the robot, he said it's gonna have like a full self-driving computer in its chest, and that's how it's gonna freaking work. It's like, okay, you can't even figure out how to get a car to drive by itself, and you're gonna put that thing in a robot, and apparently it's gonna change all our lives. Like, he's so full of crap. And yeah, just like you said, as soon as I saw this robot and that stupid video of the person dancing, I was like, this is just, everything about this guy is a freaking scam. 100%.
It's almost like a Coen Brothers movie at this point.
And dude, solving the money problems reaction. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? The idiot that just shills Tesla 24/7. He was like, oh my God, when I saw that robot, I just lost my mind, man. Because it was there's so many implications. It's like, dude, nothing happened. He had a person dance, put on a robot suit and dance. That's literally all he did. And that guy was just, dripping over himself, just wanting to get on his knees and sniff Elon Musk's butt.
Well, if I was talking to that dude and he was saying all that stuff, I told him like he's wrong. And this is all I would say to him. I would say, one of two things is wrong here. Ray Kurzweil is wrong, who's been the most accurate predictor of technology going back 40 years. He has like a 60 to 70% rate of getting really close to how technology is going to evolve. He even talks about you're not going to see advanced artificial intelligence until the 2040s. And that's what would be required in these robots. I don't even think 2040 is an accurate assessment. I think you're not going to see advanced artificial intelligence that you like to think in movies till the end of this century. It's going to take that long to compound. Because Michio Kaku actually did a video on how smart artificial intelligence is and thinking on its own right now. He says it's about as intelligent as a cockroach.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really think. It's just like basically learning as it goes, right? Isn't that kind of how it works? Like,
it has the intelligence level of a cockroach. So this is what people don't understand. To get to where we are in self-driving technology is easy. It was just a function of the improvement in technology. To get to the point where it can drive like a human and think like a human is a straight up wall. Like the calculations that a human being is doing when it's driving is so far beyond the capabilities of what a computer can do. Like a human being can automatically, that has experience driving in the snow, if your rear wheel slips out, you automatically can adjust and go right out of that skid. A robot can't do that yet. I mean, there's so many variables in just that scenario alone that tell me that you're not going to see. Plus, the federal government is going to come in and study this for at least a decade before they give the okay that these are now allowed to be driverless cars. First, rational or not. I mean, human beings in America cause 30,000 deaths a year in auto accidents. All it takes is what happened here, where there was a few deaths from the self-driving. The government has to get its greedy little paws in it because they can't let it play out.
Wait till it kills a kid. I mean, I don't know if it has already, but wait till it does. A cute little baby. There's going to be some serious politics, some serious hammers getting dropped.
Yeah. And I mean, my piece of crap outside right now that I leased, if I hate it, if I even touch the outside lane, this thing tries to drag me back in. And I'm like, dude, we're fine. Relax. You're actually going to cause the accident and not me. I'm aware of where the tire is on the road. But I mean, so where Elon is, I don't know, a couple times that at best.
Yeah, even if he, is the first to get to full self-driving, I think there's so many more companies that are researching it. I mean, there's no way it's going to be like a, 100% competitive advantage going forward forever. I mean, nothing justifies Tesla's.
When you look at the cash flows of the legacy automakers, they have so much more money to devote to research and development that whatever lead Tesla has is going to evaporate in the next couple of years. When you get those pipe-hitting German engineers out there, like, was ist das? Tesla is ahead of us? Nein! They're going to be out at the Nuremberg track figuring that stuff out because that's what Germans do.
What would the Chinese engineers say?
I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt to do that.
You might get in trouble.
Immediately canceled. YouTuber with a small channel mocks Chinese accent. Chi sends drone strike.
You know how many subs we would get if that actually happened? If we got like a news article? I'm just waiting for one YouTuber that I dump on to like make a reaction video, and that's all it takes for me to skyrocket to the moon. Because any publicity is good publicity. It works.
Hold on.
It's actually true.
Let me show you something. Let me show you what I bought.
Uh-oh. Vibrator.
Yeah, vibrating dildo. $25.
Oh.
Burner phone to call Mr. Sane on.
You're calling Chris Sane.
I'm going to do him and Jeremy. I'm going to see how dumb they are because they did a phone call with me one time. If I use the same phone number, if I don't get a reaction, I'm going to use that phone. And last time I did it, I messed up something in the recording, so I didn't have it. This time I'm just going to put it on speakerphone. I'm going to let him do the whole spiel, right? And then I'm going to start asking him about discounted cash flows, metrics that they're using. And he's like, well, we really just help you with the 10K. And I'm just going to go, yeah, but I'm literate.
Dude, why don't you do this? Can't you? I think you can load money onto Skype and you can just have OBX recording in the background. And because they'll meet you on Skype to show you all their crap. You can literally just record it that way. And it'll probably be 100% clarity, I would try that.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just tell them, I got to do Skype. We got to Skype this thing.
Yeah, because they sent me his when I talked to Jeremy's minion a while back. They sent me his, I think it was Zoom or something. But I was on the computer just watching him, and I guess I could have recorded it, but I'm kind of a chicken crap.
Yeah, I don't care because like legally you have no recourse. What are you going to do? You're going to come after me and sue me? Like that would expose their whole organization. Cuz then I would just be on YouTube like Jeremy suing for exposing him as the shyster that he is.
Well, what would your thumbnail have? Just you going like this? I'm getting sued by Jeremy.
I often wonder, like, are you making this because you know what the SEC is going to stick in your mouth after they find out what you're doing? Are you just like preparing for that? Because I'm pretty sure at some point when this whole thing implodes, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, and I paid you 20 grand to teach me to invest. I'm out 20 grand plus all these stupid 5 to 7 stocks. Like last time I talked to the guy, you should have heard. I wish I would have recorded because I was like, so what do you base your stock picks on? They're like, oh, we read the 10K. I go, no, but do you do discounted cash flow? And they're like, I'll go, do you go to Guru Focus, look at their intrinsic value? Do you look up the Ben Graham number? And I go, let me tell you something. I go to this guy, you should have heard him crap his pants when I said, do you know how many investors have gotten a 20% return over an extended period of time in the last 100 years? And he goes, no. I go, it's less than 100. If Jeremy could perform the miracles you're claiming he can perform, he would be scooped up by Berkshire Hathaway. And this dude because it sounds like you're a little bit more advanced of a learner and of an investor. And I go, I'm like, I dabble. There's people that know way more than I do. Because, well, we've got some people that could probably teach you. I'm like, I just said to him, I'm like, I'll murk everybody in your organization.
Maybe you should go work for them. I think I did a video where they sent me an email and they're like, you can make between 3 to 8K a month, Jay. I mean, this could be your breakout. You could become a millionaire working for Jeremy. Imagine Jeremy being your boss.
I would rather just live off my VA disability and go to work than take a dime from ripping off people for that guy.
Yeah, it is hard. Like if you have any sense of morality, it's hard to work in any kind of financial industry where you're ripping people off. I felt bad as a financial advisor, and I wasn't ripping off people nearly as bad as freaking Jeremy is.
Listen, man, I wasn't the best airman, but I took a few things away from the military, and one of them is integrity. So,
well, not all people do that, but a decent amount from the military.
Yeah, but I mean, there's lessons where you can learn them. And, look, you and I both could be on here like Stockmo going, Workhorse is going to $500,000 because it's going to get the UPS contract. But I just can't in good conscience. I get asked for stock tips at work. They go, do you have any tips? I go, yeah, Max or TSP. And they go,
boring.
Yeah, they're like, and I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you build wealth is your average person or even a wealthy person. Index funds are the best ticket to wealth. It's just, for some reason, you think you're going to get rich quickly. Here's the Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett talk. Jeff Bezos said to Warren Buffett, if your method works so well, why doesn't everybody do it? And Warren goes, nobody wants to get rich slowly. And I mean, the fastest way to increase your wealth is not to lose money. So if you go your life and you get an 8 to 10% return and never lose a cent, you are doing so well. Because if you pick 10 stocks, Peter Lynch says, expect 4 to fail.
Yeah, and that's what, going to zero? I mean, there's a statistic somewhere, like the vast majority of stocks that are ever publicly listed crash horribly and never recover, or they go to zero. So if you're out there trying to pick individual stocks for your entire portfolio, you pick 1 or 2 bad stocks that go to zero, and you just crushed your chances at retirement.
But then think about this. It's the late 90s. You own Amazon stock. You have it allocated at 2% of your portfolio. 95% of the rest of your money is in index funds. You watch that crash. You are much more likely to sit back and go, you know what? I'm going to let this ride because I have confidence in Amazon. Even if it takes 10 years, I think this company is really something. If Amazon is 20% of your portfolio, you better be crapping your pants.
I mean, we're kind of living through that now. I mean, it's not as catastrophic, but I mean, look at all the Chinese stocks. I mean, they're all getting freaking hammered. I'm not selling. I'll buy more.
This is what I want Baba to go to 100.
Dude, it would be so tempting and so juicy to buy more, but you just at a certain point you just have to stop buying the stock, because then you're gonna start tapping into your And I'm trying to convince myself of this. I'm not like telling you. I'm telling myself this because I totally understand why you have that temptation.
Yeah, no, dude, I agree with you. I have to get over my addiction. We've joked about it before. But I mean, even still, I own less Baba than you. You have a larger portfolio than I do, but I own less than you.
Yeah, I went freaking nuts, man. I was like, all those dips, I was like, all right, I'll put 1,000 more. All right, I'll put 1,000 more. And then before I know it, it's like, oh crap, I have like $8,000 in this freaking stock. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's why I said I'm gonna do 50 shares and then I'm done.
But how it's a good, you're like you're confident in it is you're laughing that you have that much. But it's
yeah, dude. I am fully convinced that this is just a bunch of BS. I'm willing to wait 10, 15 years because I know that company's a powerhouse.
Here's the thing. If somebody came back to me and they're like, how's your Baba investment? If it went to zero, I'd be like, yeah, it didn't go that well, but really didn't affect me that much.
It's like, oh, by the way, I also maxed my 401k and my IRA. So, yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, dude. It's I'm like, come on, man, crash so I can laugh at these YouTubers.
Yeah, I mean, see, if our stocks crash, we don't get mad and we don't lose our, we don't get called out as like losers because we preach index funds. But if their stocks crash, because they're all about, oh, we know all the good stocks and when to buy and when to sell them. If their stocks crash, they're in trouble.
Clearly, Kevin doesn't know anything because he bought Lemonade stock.
Lemonade.
You're going to go – you think that this magic startup is going to revolutionize the insurance industry? For what? What are you basing that on? And it's always – this is what I get. If
they have a pretty website.
If this happens, and that's why I always say if wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
I'm going to lemonade.com. Wow. Oh, so pretty. It's like pink and white. Very it's very appealing to my eyes. Y'all want to see lemonade.com? Look at this. Does this not convince you to go, balls deep in the stock right now? I mean, come on, check our prices. Look at the girl. It's a girl. She's pretty. Hi, Maya. Wow. Dude, there's no way they're anywhere close to being as good as Geico. I've yet to find an insurer that has anywhere as low of premiums as Geico does.
Did you ever check out USAA?
Yeah, USAA actually charges more than Geico. I used to use USAA a lot, but Geico blows them out of the water. You have to check where you live, obviously, but usually where I'm at, Geico's way cheaper.
Yeah, I use Geico. I'm checking right now. Lemonade, because I did the 10K. I don't remember half of these. Well, they're not really diluting their shares, but.
And I can pull a Morningstar real quick.
No, I got it. They have negatively increasing cash flows. So to date, they're about negative 120 million, I'm assuming, and it's going to be almost triple last year.
Price to sales 47. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Consensus forward PE. Oh, there is no PE. That's interesting. This is, oh my God. This is ugly. Yeah, you have a free cash flow per share. They had negative free cash flow, 1.6. Free cash flow is going down, or yeah, it's getting more negative every single year. Jesus Christ.
So, like I said, what happens to this company when we go into a recession and nobody wants to lend money? It implodes. And
Well, Kevin will just talk about a different stock. I mean, he'll just pretend the other stock didn't go down. That's what Chris Sane does, by the way. I mean, we don't have to go talk about him, but what he does is like he's an idiot. That's all we have to say. But like the only thing he does is like if a stock that he recommends go down, he just ignores it. That's what Kevin's gonna do.
Yeah, well, people were calling me a hater because I did FedEx, and I'm like, FedEx is actually really difficult to pin down because their earnings are all over the place. So I just had to do a like 7-year average, and I did $11 per share earnings. But you know, it's like he said specifically, FedEx is a buy at under $300. And my thing is, I want to ask him is why? Like, what? How did you come to $300?
Because it is, Jay.
I know.
It is.
I know. I know.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a stock with, because even their free cash flow is like all over the place. Like, if it's super hard to project, just skip it. Find another one. There's thousands of stocks out there.
Yeah. If you look at Microsoft right now, its free cash flow is doing this. Okay. It's too expensive right now. I'll set that aside. And then if it comes to I personally, when I did a discounted cash flow, I came to like $105 or something like that.
For Microsoft?
Which makes sense with its PE ratio. And that's pretty much what Everything Money got. And that's also what Guru Focus, I believe, had at the time.
Have you been using their software a lot to like do intrinsic value and all that?
Yeah, but my numbers come out really similar to theirs. And so on my cash flow thing here, I even figured out how to adjust it for earnings per share, or not earnings per share, for share dilution or share buyback. So my numbers when I was running were right next to Everything Money's. So that's why I
might as well just drop the software and just use your freaking Excel sheet.
No, there's a reason is because I'm either going to have to pay Morningstar and I don't get the stock analyzer tool. It's because I want all the stuff going back. And it's $25 a month. So I'm like, Yahoo isn't going to give me the, 10 years of results. I can't look that up there.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go talk to my library and be like, hey, why don't you dump this Morningstar free subscription and do Everything Money instead? It'll save you money.
You should. You would get the stock analyzer tool for free.
I'm a taxpayer. Okay. I have a voice. All right, you want to do some comments, and then we'll talk about Afghanistan?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to get through. Oh, my God, there's so many freaking comments. V&Q is beating VT right now. It might for now, but you never know. It's not a bad play. Hey, guys. Jesus Christ. Yes, it's for part of getting old and single. I don't know what that's referring to.
Probably from us talking about not wanting to sit there. Like when you're sitting there on the interview and that's what it turns into. The first date is an interview. And you're like, oh, like, so what are you into? Like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's like if I meet if I meet a woman at work and we get along and we're laughing at work and I'm like, hey man, I'm doing stand up here. Come check me out. And it goes into something from there. We already know each other. Great. If not, I guess I'm not on Tinder. I have no desire to be on that either.
You need to get on Match. It's for like older gentlemen or Seeking Arrangement, Jay. Once you make your fortune on YouTube, you can do Seeking Arrangement. Meat Spin Kevin said, did he really say that? If he did, please post the link because I'm 100% making a video about that. But that wouldn't surprise me. All right, let's see. I'm trying to find like that pop-up camper. That's referring to the Tesla camper. 70K. Is that just the camper, or is that for the entire vehicle with the addition?
No, he's right. He's close. When I read the article, it was 50,000 American
For just the camper.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, some of these clowns are going to buy it, but Jesus Christ, that's such a ripoff.
Well, the best. Yeah, dude. Did you see the ones? Did you see the ones running around the track where I'm like, oh, that's great. I see how this is going to work out in 50 years. That thing's going to hunt me down and kill me.
Are they the guys that make like the dog? Carrier dog? Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos. They're pretty cool. This is interesting. I actually wouldn't mind if you want to come on and talk to us on a live stream. I would love to like talk to you about your job, and then we can compare that to what Elon Musk is claiming, which we all know is garbage.
Lex Friedman is an AI professor, and he's not giving that kind of timeline.
Don't underestimate Elon Musk. He's
German engineering is crap.
He's sexy. He's a genius, evil genius. German engineering is crap. As an American engineer, look to Japan.
Okay, but I can't do a Japanese accent without looking extremely racist. I can do a German accent terribly, and nobody's going to be like, there's not a German guy out there. Was ist das?
Oh my God, it's Consonant seeing. I found out me, Kevin, went on Paul Bet David. Yeah, I didn't know that dude ran like an MLM company thing. I actually saw that recently.
I didn't either. When I figured somebody told me that, I was like, how can you run like a major? I'm not going to put that much research into that, dude. How can you run a major company and think that a baseball card is an investment? And then somebody on here said, it's an MLM. I go, oh, so he's scamming people.
Yeah, he's not a true businessman. He's just a scam artist. Scum. Anyone that pays $20K to Jeremy deserves to get ripped off. That's right. Lose all your money. PBD is a scammer. Yes, he is. I met him when my sister worked for him. He reminds me of a used car sale.
Ugh, gross. So okay. So let's throw this out there. Then if I ever got big enough and he found out that I was in Florida, I won't go on his podcast.
You will or you won't?
No.
Dude, I would go on. I'd call him out straight up on his podcast. I mean, like, make sure this is live. And I'd be like, all right, tell me about your scummy company where the vast majority of your employees or whatever make like nothing.
I wonder how mad they would get at me when they were talking about baseball cards and they kept insisting it was an investment. And I go, does it produce cash flows? And he was like, no. I go, so it's a greater fool theory.
But what if that jacked guy was on there and he was disagreeing with you? Would you still disagree? Or would you be scared?
I'm not going to agree with somebody. Jocko Willnick could be in the room and be like, a baseball card is an investment. And I go, Jocko, it's not an investment.
But he's like that super jack guy, and he's like starting to get more aggressive. You wouldn't be scared?
I'd be scared because he knows jujitsu. He's a gorilla. But I'm not going to just automatically agree with him because the dude could curb stomp me.
That guy was enormous. I was like, oh, my God.
And
I wish he slapped Kevin.
And Kevin was getting snippy with him. And I'm like, this dude, I'm like, Kevin, you are like 5'4" and you weigh 110 pounds and you're sitting there in a tie. I'm not even a white belt. And I could grab that tie and strangle Kevin to death on air. And there's nothing he can do about it to stop me. And I'm like, that guy is at least 250 pounds and you are getting snippy with him. I'm like, you are a moron.
Kevin's cocky, man. He's about to be the governor. Wouldn't you be cocky if you're about to be governor of California?
He's not going to beat that conservative radio host out there, Larry Elder. Yeah. He got. They're trying to pull all stops because he did a stand-up bit and he said the N-word, and I'm like, he's black and a stand-up comedian. He's allowed to say the word.
They're going to do whatever they can to like sabotage them. It's so stupid. What would you do if Bitcoin hit 60K? I'd be like, all right, I'm still not buying it.
Make fun
it's
of it.
fundamentally worthless, Eric. Just believe me. What Chinese stocks do you own? Well, I own all of them because I own VT, but I also have concentrated positions in Baba. Basically, Baba. I have like a little bit in Baidu, and I have like $1,000 in Tencent, but basically, Baba's like my Chinese stock.
I just had Baba. The only other stock in my portfolio was Bank of New York Mellon.
Yeah, I mean, genius investors like me and Jay don't have a lot of individual stocks. I don't like index funds. ETFs seem better.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's personal preference. I mean, if you're an average Joe and you want to, invest every 2 weeks, index funds are better. If you aren't going to be tempted to trade, and you don't care, maybe ETFs are better. But it's all personal preference. My friend listened to Stonkmo about workhorse garbage and lost 50%. F him and his cat. Well, here's the thing, like, guys, stocks can crash even if they're great companies. The thing about workhorse is there's nothing underlying workhorse. That's the problem with workhorse. Baba could crash 50, 60%, but you're buying a real company that produces a ton of cash, and you just have to be patient. But yeah, Stockman's a moron. He just reads analysts' assessments. Oh, I'm such a genius. I read an analyst opinion of something. I'm so smart. 500,000.
Baba has dropped almost 50%.
Yeah.
It's right in the area of 50% from October. I wasn't buying then when it was that high, but know how much I care about that? None. See, yeah, if Workhorse falls in half, you shouldn't have bought Workhorse in the first place. So,
Singularity, is this actually you in your picture? Buy puts, don't short. That's true. If you want to speculate with options or you want to short something, buy puts. I'm not saying you should, but that's way better than shorting. You can get freaking annihilated. Anytime I hear the word entrepreneur or name dropping celebs equals scam. Julius, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business. It's my YouTube business, and I sell books, bro.
And you tutor. That's a business.
Yeah, I'm a tutor. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay? Or just don't be a bear and invest in things you like to keep it positive. Moon boys can pump stocks and liquidate you. Clown market. Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good insight. I am more nervous from growth stocks and dividend stocks. Just buy them all, bro. Buy the world.
Yeah, I mean, dividend stocks tend to be, older blue chip companies. Growth stocks are just starting up, so there's a higher likelihood. There's more. There can be more return from the growth stocks, but there's more risk also.
Yeah, I mean, even blue chips can be overvalued.
Yeah, like Microsoft.
Lemonade Easy 100X. Trust me, bro. Don't burn bridges on certain YouTube celebrities. Seals are overrated. Are you talking about like me and Paul Bet David? I'll burn every bridge I have to. I don't care. If you're a scumbag, I'm going to dump on you.
Yeah, I'll raise the village.
Lemonade is a fat blue hair girl on Tinder. Swipe left. All right, that's like the majority of the comp. Carnival stock will 3x in 2 years.
Maybe. I haven't looked at it. They like it on everything money. So I don't.
That's just a bet on. Okay, well, eventually we're going to reopen and the virus is going to go away. All right, let's talk a little bit about Afghanistan, and then we might cut it after we finish talking.
Yeah, because I gotta cook steaks and chicken. Dude, I don't know how I feel about the withdrawal. I kind of think that it wasn't really costing that much to leave 3,000 to 5,000 troops at Bagram Air Base because we're on the border of China and Russia. But just the way that they pulled out is like so disrespectful for everybody that served in Iraq or Afghanistan. It's just so disrespectful. Like, to let the country fall like that and make us look like incompetent goons on the world stage.
I mean, we should have at least got all our crap out of there and got the people out of there before we really pulled out like we did.
I don't
They
know.
look bad.
I don't know if it's true, but I saw on Twitter today somebody posted a link where Taliban guys just straight up executed a woman, and they said it was an American woman. They took her passport and just shot her dead in the street. And
It's crazy. Like I remember being there, and it's like I think of all the places I was, and I'm like, okay, now there's Taliban where I was staying. It's just a crazy thought to have.
Well, I mean, my thing is, man, like you're 100% right about people who have war stories. I only have one great war story, and that's we were driving to our generator site in the morning, and Fortunate Son came on, and 3 helicopters were taken off. And I stopped my buddy, and I'm like, this is our fucking war moment, dude. Look at that. I'm like, that is straight out of a movie with Fortunate Son playing. But,
yeah, there's so many. The vast, I have this thing, like I don't like most veterans. If they're like proudly veterans, because they're 99% of the time they're full of crap.
Well, I'm proud to be a veteran. I'm proud to have served.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like the guys that are like over crazy about it, you know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that piss me off because like they're just fake. They're trying to compensate.
Yeah, there's a direct purport. And when you start talking, you know what I call them? I call them service exaggerators. Like they were somewhere in the general vicinity of a gunshot, and all of a sudden they just straight murked 10 Taliban guys with a toothpick. And I'm like, you didn't do that, dude. They're like, yeah, I did. How do you know? I go, because you're 5'6" and 130 pounds and fat. You're not beating anybody up. So it's like, a real gangster. How often do you think Dakota Myers outside of Rogan's podcast is talking about beating a Taliban guy's head in with a rock, which I personally think is awesome. So I hope he doesn't feel bad about it.
Never.
He's not sitting at the bar talking to you about that. And the other one is, this one drives me nuts. Civilians, when they go, have you ever killed somebody? And I'm looking at them, I'm like, why would you ask someone that? I'd be like, that is something we would sit around and talk about with other veterans and probably think it was funny. And you would look at us like we're savages. But
I mean, honestly, I may have killed somebody because I was just, like we would shoot up into the mountains. I don't know if I hit anything, but there is a possibility that I killed somebody. I just don't know.
I hope you did. Like, there's been a lot. There's been a lot of confusion lately about like what the military is. What the military is an organization that breaks shit and kills people. Yet we have generals concentrating on white rage and wokeness in the troops. Turns out when we go to evacuate Afghanistan, all that stuff doesn't really matter. And it really just comes down to, can you fight?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's mostly the politics. I don't think the generals give a crap. They only care enough to, kiss butt, to their superiors.
But I mean, just how I don't understand how we got to a place where it should be perfectly clear to everybody. The next time somebody talks about our elected leaders, you should understand that they're morons. Anybody that didn't understand that you trained an army to fight with air support and a bunch of battle-hardened guys that are coming down from the mountains weren't going to overrun that place, and then you armed them with our weapons and Humvees and tactical gear. Like, to me, this is almost a conspiracy theory to keep the war going.
Yeah, dude, the Afghan National Army was trash. I mean, there were some good units, obviously, and there's always good individuals, but like as a whole, they were freaking garbage. They were just there to collect a paycheck, and it doesn't surprise me they fell apart so fast.
That's what my buddies at USF told me. They go, listen, man, these guys are not motivated. They like you have to swear at them and yell at them to get them to go in when you're teaching them to egress doors.
Yeah, so, they always talk about how they're like so uneducated, and it's true. Like they don't have like the basic understanding of knowledge that you need to like learn to become a professional soldier. I mean, they're good to be like they're basically just imagine the Taliban with nicer uniforms. That's basically them. But even the Taliban are a little bit better than them. But they're basically just a bunch of militia, poorly trained, poorly educated militia.
Yeah, and then also the next time somebody says you don't need a rifle because you can't defeat the United States military.
Yeah, I always thought that was ridiculous. I was like, okay, the Taliban, they fought us for 20 years and we had all the best technology in the world, but we can't have rifles in America because you don't need a rifle. You can't fight the government with a rifle. Like, it's the most stupid argument I ever heard.
Well, and also, I like how the withdrawal from Afghanistan invalidated every argument against the Second Amendment. How so? Get in that burqa. Woman, clack, clack. No.
Yeah, well, isn't the Northern Alliance like reforming? Like, there's already some resistance starting. Like, the country literally just reset to where it was 20 years ago. Literally.
Yeah, and I mean, the decision to go in there was stupid in the first place. It's like I would have been sitting around like with Bush's cabinet. Like, what do you expect to accomplish? What will change their culture? I'm like, no, you won't. Every empire that's
a boner for like democracy, it's like just put a strong dictator that understands the country, and then that's fine because we just don't want terrorists to be trained there anymore. Put a dictator there, and we're good. You don't have to worry about democracy and It's like, it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, there's this thought, I don't know where it came from, that you can somehow go into a country and, you can push Western values on it and people are just going to go, oh, let me get rid of my strongly held religious beliefs that women should be in burqas because you paid $10,000 for a gender study course for me.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine, like, if you're an ultra-conservative, you live in an ultra-conservative religious society, and then you see what, like, some of the stuff that happens in our Western countries, wouldn't you be kind of, like, grossed out and not want to have anything to do with that? Because there are some freaky things that go on in our country and, like, in Western countries. And that's not us as a whole, obviously, but if you're super religious and you see that, you're going to be really turned off from that kind of government, that kind of, lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. You can't go in, like you said, these people are so uneducated. Could your average soldier that you work with even read?
I didn't work with them that much, but they were just trash. Like, they wore their uniforms like crap. They had no tactical sense. They didn't ever really go into the fight. They always hung back. They were just stupid. Like, they had no idea what they were doing. They were just there to collect a paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they collapsed. I mean,
I knew they were going to collapse. I thought it would be the end of the year, but I didn't think they would get overrun in 11 days. But
yeah, that was super fast. I was like, holy crap. It was over in like 2 weeks.
It's just, it's actually worse than Saigon somehow.
Oh, way worse. The South Vietnamese army is way better, I think, than
the
Afghan army.
Yeah, it boggles my mind. And this is the thing. Look, I don't judge you. Vote how you want to vote. I vote how I want to vote. But it is crystal clear that the person leading this country has serious mental defects going on. And I don't know how people can't see it because I work around people with dementia, and that glossed over look that they have is the same thing that our leader has. I'm telling you. Like,
they just don't care. That's the thing. They just don't want Trump in the office. That's why. That's the main reason.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. If I had the choice between Trump and Dan Crenshaw, I'm voting Dan Crenshaw all day, or somebody along the lines. If I had the choice between Trump and Rand Paul, I would vote for Rand Paul. But
if only we had that choice, Jay. If only it was that great. Which one should I choose? Instead of, you either hate him or you love him.
Yeah, but the thing was, when you put up a guy who you can tell me all day through CNN's news network that, oh, he's sharp as a tack. Like, okay,
really? You're straight up propaganda, dude. I don't read it. I don't watch it. It's just like whatever. You know what? You know who I watch? There's a guy called Sticks Hexenhammer 666. All one word. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but he actually has some really good insights on politics. I think he has like 500,000 subscribers. I'd check him out. You probably like him.
Yeah, you know who I really like is that Sagar and Crystal, because
I don't like them.
They're moderates.
Crystal is too like preaching me, and then Sagar is just kind of like he just gives you like a slimy vibe. I don't know. I just don't really. I can see why some people would like them. I just don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, and it's, dude, honestly, I will watch CNN videos because I'm trying to get into your heads and understand how you're the only person that I really that's like big in the news that I actually watch is Tucker Carlson, just because he's snippy and I think it's funny.
Yeah, he is funny to watch. I mean, I don't really watch any news, to be honest, but if I was going to watch it, it'd be Tucker Carlson.
But it's like, yeah, but I watch him mostly because he makes me laugh with some of the things that he says. Right? And he's like talking about maybe we should arm up paunchy middle-aged guys like myself and send us into combat. I was like,
you should watch Alex Jones, Jay. That would be
bro, I'm going to tell you right now, I love when Jones is on Rogan's podcast. Just that one episode where he goes, Joe, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah.
Bro, I watched Jones on the Drinking Bros podcast, and I was just like, I was in awe. I'm like, I love this guy. I don't take anything he says seriously, but
he's pure entertainment. And you shouldn't take him seriously.
Well, dude, he's been right about a few things. And I know that even a broken watch is right twice a day, but he was like, the NSA, they're scooping up all our information. Turns out they were scooping up all of our information.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with the broken clock theory with Alex Jones. All right, let's do a few more comments. I have to tap out.
Yeah, I got to cook, dude. And I was in the sun and worked out hard today, so I'm kind of tired.
Ooh, I served in Iraq. I felt bad about getting out, not going to Afghanistan, not so much. Yeah, you didn't really miss anything in Afghanistan.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to go to Afghanistan. I wanted to do both countries. Even though I didn't believe in the Iraq war, I still volunteered to go. It got yelled at a few times where they were like, Airman Noggle, we're aware that you want to go to Iraq. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all look at the draw. It just depends on what unit you're in. You don't really have a choice whether you want to deploy or not. First time I got shot at, I hid behind a T barrier. You didn't like dive out and kill everybody with your bare hands?
Yeah, dude. The thing is, too, you hit it right on the head with the whole like rocket attack things. Like I tell people, I'm like, the worst thing that happened to me is we got rockets shot at us. And they're like, dude, were you terrified? I go, no, I just went inside a hardened facility and joked around with my friends and then went back to work.
Dude, when we got rocketed the first time, well, we heard these explosions and I was like, because like we were all gathered together doing like a sensitive items inventory, and we were like, "What was that?" And then one of the guys screams like a girl at the top of his lungs, "Ah!" And then we all like kind of went, "Woo!" And we ran inside the shelter. But
dude, it got so mundane to us that we were literally the klaxon goes off, and I was changing the oil with a buddy. He's a staff sergeant, and I was a senior airman, and we're sitting there, we're changing the oil, and the hardened facility was like 100 feet away. And I go, do you really want to run over there? He goes, no, not really. I was like, let's just finish changing the oil. That's where I got to.
If you're in the prone, you're going to be fine. I mean,
dude, I was in the middle of the base next to that machine gun. I'd hear go.
That thing is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I killed nobody. Filled a lot of, well, he meant to say Hescos. You didn't kill 20 people like I did, bro. Come on.
Changed a lot of oil. I'll tell you where I did murder a lot of people in Iraq. Call of Duty, World at War. We used to play it in the
You had
shop.
a really good KD then, didn't you?
We would play it in the shop. We'd have the whole Power Pro shop after, like, during lunch. We'd be sitting there just like, you knew when you got somebody. What pissed people off was if you killed them with a butt stroke, you'd hear somebody scream from the other end, "Whoever that was, I'm going to kick your ass at the end of this game."
I'm not mad at the pullout, just the fact we left so much gear and weapons of the Taliban.
Dude, like I said, it's the execution, not what happened. Like, it makes us look incompetent. And I have pride in America. So, I mean.
You like America? Ew. That's sexist. Turd sandwich versus douche is basically all the political races.
Yeah, dude, it is, man. It's like, like I said, look at what you might not like Tulsi Gabbard, but she's objectively a far superior choice to Kamala Harris. Look what they did to her.
Yeah, I don't get the whole Kamala thing.
If it's like, okay, Jay, your choice is Kamala Harris or the warrior princess over here. I'm like, I'm going with Wonder Woman over here as leader. They're like, no, sorry, you chose wrong. So Kamala Harris it is. It's like, but she's fake.
And you're wrong.
And she's fake. I'm like, she laughs at things for no reason. Like, what do you think of that?
Yeah, we all know why she's the vice president. Okay.
Yeah,
there's only one reason. we don't have to say anything, but we all know.
Hey, I just threw Dan Crenshaw out as an objectively better choice than what we were offered. There's probably plenty of people that aren't even politicians that would make far better people in office.
Stop investing their world money. That's a good. Yep. Rockets, mortars, IEDs killed more guys in my battalion. IEDs were always scary to me. Just like the fact that you're just driving and then you just blow up and you're dead, Well,
I told you about my buddy that bought the gold mine out in Vegas. Sean, he Air Force firefighter, IED, TBI. I can tell. Like, he's got CTE at this point. Like, he talks to me and he's like, Jay, and I bought a gold mine and like we're out there and it's just not the same guy. I still love him.
He wasn't like that at all before.
It exaggerated his features. So it made it worse, and he can't remember shit at this point either. There's another Army dude. I was trying to tutor him in algebra, like basic level algebra in the math lab at college. And I'm like going really slow. I'm like 2x plus 3 equals, and I'm like, you put it over here, divide it. And he's like, I can't remember how to do it. I'm like, it's fine. Just keep doing it. And I couldn't teach him math. He had too much brain damage. He was a cool dude.
Last comment. Strongman J Nagi 2024. I will never be a politician. Ever.
Listen, I don't want to win office, and if you elected me, I'll resign, but I am currently running for any office around the nation. I'm not going to do any work if you want to vote me in. I'm also not going to lie about anything. So I'd be on stage at the presidential debate like, well, we shouldn't legalize weed for this reason. What? Of course we should legalize weed, dude. What are you talking about? Get out of here with that nonsense.
I would love to see the president of some like random, Central Asian country.
Like all of a sudden I'm president of Vietnam. They're like,
it's all because you said that on your YouTube channel and a bunch of Vietnamese people saw you.
They're like, he seems like a good leader. Like, are you going to learn Vietnamese? Like, no.
That's hard, bro. No. I'm too busy buying stocks.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like Jeb Bush was up there. He's like, I sold weed in college and it was a mistake. And, that was 40 years ago. I would have been on stage like, I'm going to smoke weed in 40 minutes. I'd get high with I'd come walking out. So I'd come walking out. If you put me in charge of the Afghan situation, I'd come walking out with a joint and they'd be like, President Nagel, what are you going to do? I'll be like, I'm going to throw some pipe hitters in there. We're talking SEALs, combat controllers, Army Rangers, Chuck Norris, whoever, David Dodd, they're going to patrol the streets. And if the Taliban even looks at us the wrong way, we're going to kill them. That's what we're going to do. We're getting the Americans out. I'll be like, I'm out. I'm going to go get high. Not really that hard to solve this problem. We'll retake Bagram, bomb it into the Stone Age.
All right. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe to me and to Jay Nagy, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, brother.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.